The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Whiz while you're here. Let's see. Look at the notices on that board. No one paid much attention to them, it looks like. Whiz should be around here somewhere, probably taking care of his guppos. A surge surf factory was one of the cleaner ways to make power, until the surf turned into goo and clogged it all up, that is. The thicker the surf became with goo, the more the machinery clogged up and stopped working. Like most things from the bygone. There are sure to be more tracks around here, maybe by the shore. Toxanol's mining led to mass deforestation and increased global warming, as nature couldn't absorb the carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas emissions without the trees. These irreversible changes to the climate also contributed to the evolution and modified our genetic code. Whiz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Whiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? But Whiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go. They've been here for you since you were a kidling, but when you left, you also chose to distance yourself from everyone that cared for you. Whiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course. Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action.
Where's that dark now?
True. No one can escape the dark. Can't fight love.
Watch me.
Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate? Glad to hear that. He only wishes he was that sure about it. Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks that kind of diversity brings strength. But that's not nearly as important as this. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-go-in. He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up Mekafingro in the Mecha Stadium that still has one. It's It's not so dark out anymore. Wood scrap's great for building things. Hard to believe this is all here. Stay on top and you'll be fine. You just found a fixer-upper. Wonder what finally broke it down. Impressed you found that, despite all the goo. This place has held power for a long time. In many ways, it still does. That would require cleaning up all the goo. Glad you found that track. There's a lot to learn about this world, both here... Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it. Better hold on to that. Your energy is empty. Close encounter. All things end. Running low. Heroes make for the best stories. It's up to you if you want to be one. That's the hut. Wonder if there's anything still inside. Becoming terminal. Tap power. Slice and dice. Flash the slash. Super effective. Slashing dash. Youch! Hurts less now. Your key is gone. Never thought you need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You really put a spin on it. Take this seriously, or it'll take you down. Wood scrap. The one kind of scrap you could actually still find growing. You found a bric-brac that's not absolutely flat. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? See that e-waste? You could use that for sure. Just what you were looking for. Don't want to point a finger, but the Mecha Stadium is near here. Don't know what that e-waste was. stories only survive if someone is locked. Locked, but good. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too. Don't forget the past. Learn from it. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick. Well, he means slick, as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out. He knows his old friend Choo-Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. Whiz heard he's currently stranded at the end of the line, so it should be easier to track him down now compared to when he's running rails. It's a fine way to ride. See that plastic scrap over there? That's Punchy's place up in that little... A deal to be proud of. We are... Let's see. A real power blade. There's so much you could build. You've reached the end of the line. Bet you can find Choo Choo here. You need to swivel the globus's bearings to get the atlas mapper to work. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You're here for a reason. You need to swivel the globus's bearings. Whoa, smell that? Biohazard nearby. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Wired up and ready to go. You wear those well. Let's see. The scrap keeps piling up. Choo Choo knew you would make it to him one day. All you had to do was follow. Claims rails are like rules. If you follow them the way you're supposed to, everything good in life can roll your way. Says you followed the rails to where you need to be, but tracks have switches in them too. The question is then, will you keep on the same track or look for a way to hit that switch? You seem like you're on the right track already. He just hopes you don't get sidetracked onto a darker path. Whichever way you go, he wants you to know that the rails never steer you wrong. Stick to them, and they always bring you right to where you're meant to be. Wants to know if you've ever regretted taking one track in life instead of another. If you could go back, would you switch tracks or keep chugging along the one you're on? Likes you. Seems like the world came out of its rut and is chugging toward higher ground again. Can't. But let's not get derailed. Says he's surprised to see anyone this far out. But sometimes the wrong train does take you to the right station. As you can see, he didn't plan to make a stop here, but now that he had to, he's really happy to see you. He says his name is Choo Choo. Thinks that He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wingnut to get back on track. Wingnuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugga-chugga out there. Says he... Feel the night wrap around you. The hours fly by in the dark. Nice. Some barked wood scrap for you. All that exercise helps. Look at that plastic scrap, just waiting for someone to do something with it. Hey, this is a chug depot. Might be able to catch a chugga-chugga here. Don't hug your mount. It's not your friend. See that rubber scrap? That'll add a bit of bounce for you. Shouldn't take much more. Came out on top. The Wingnut Chug Tunnel. It goes on forever. Grit. Wow. Got more than a flesh wound. Took care of it. That's just nasty. Biohazards make you puke. Someone will pay dearly for that. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Choo Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason, but he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency. It's on the cart. He wants to keep it close by. In general, you won't have much time to act in case of an emergency. Choo Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a... He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open. Seems glad you think so. You're on the right rail. Choo Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. We'll be around. You shouldn't... Choo Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him. He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself. Figures everyone chooses their own path. The longer you ride the rails, though, the easier it is to travel with friends. Choo Choo's thrilled you found the Ark. Just imagine how much faster than a chug that thing must be. Bets it could fly circles around any chug yard. Makes him dizzy to think about it. The world's on the mend, so no need to leave it. But just think of all the places the Ark could take you. Says he's wonders.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to...
A conscious choice to be alone means you won't miss anyone.
The thing we're really missing here is someone with compassion. You just seem to have passion. For yourself. Well, anyone in their right mind would agree you're better off on your own. Let's hope the Ark carries you all the way there.
Hopes you figure out someone better to ride the Ark with you, if that's possible. Choo Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave. How amazing is it to be surrounded by life like this? Whiz says that there's no plan to confront the Merkpuff until the octopod is properly armed. He's happy to tell you that the cannon he's been working on now just needs ammunition. He says his old friend Boom. There's a... You should keep an eye on the horizon. He's a peculiar little fellow that's been fiddling with Splodies since he was a kidling. It runs in his blood. Their family recipes pack a punch. That's a bang plant, where Toxanol used to make all sorts of splody things before it blew up in their faces. That's going to leave a mark. Made it count. Good to be able to get stuff done while the world is awake. That looks like an unbanged pyrostick on the loose. Better catch it before it goes off. That's some sharp wood scrap there. Watch for splinters. got what he deserved. Looks valuable. It's all about destiny. Yours, mine, the entire world's. The Pyrosticks will cause a bang, but targeting is on you. At least now you have a chance to hurt the Merkpuff where it counts. You should aim for the head. That's the Merkpuff's weak spot. Thinking doesn't seem to be his strong point. Whiz has been working on another cannon, but instead of Pyrosticks, it squirts Guppos. Scaly distractions for anyone with an appetite disorder, and irresistible for the Merkpuff in particular. Seems the best way to find Guppos is go talk to Gill. He has a natural sonar and knows where the Guppos sub the surface. This means you'll have to go visit Gill at Burblebottom. Find Gill and he'll... He used to run a pet shop stocked with Guppos, but since they've become more difficult to find, he's diverted his attention to make them grow in numbers instead of giving them away.